What's up YouTube, Dale here from Zephyr War Games. As you can tell probably from the more calm introduction that we are bringing you a different style of video today. And I thought it was about time that we decided to do a Yu-Gi-Oh lore video. Now by Yu-Gi-Oh lore video, what we'll be doing is taking you through the backstories of quite a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh archetypes. So, without further ado, a quick special announcement to Reddit Yu-Gi-Oh! And more specifically Card Stories 21, who produced this text that I'll be reading out for you today. Third and final part of the World Legacy lore. This version is actually a fan-made version as we wait for the official ending to be translated. So a massive shout out to Rob who created this final chapter for us. So, let's start with the World Legacy lore. Super Avram vs Cleethort Legacy. Years ago, several scientists designed and constructed a machine called the Mekk-Knight Morningstar. However, something went wrong with the machine which caused it to wreak havoc and destroy the world. Now the world is a post-apocalyptic one ruled by the Mekk-Knights. In the forest lived the World Chalice tribe, consisting of Ib, the guard dragon of the forest Nduk, Ib's older brother Ningrisu, and her childhood friend Aurum. The latter having always admired the world hero Mekk-Knight Blue Sky. One day they met a fairy named Lee, who Aurum then was told he is the chosen one, and informs the group that if they find the 7 world legacies, they can use their power to save the world. Together, they venture through the forest and find the first world legacy, the World Chalice. With the help of Lee, the group is powered up by the World Chalice, becoming Ib the World Chalice Priestess, Ningrisu the World Chalice Warrior, and Aurum the World Chalice Blademaster, alongside Nduk the World Chalice Dragon. With their newfound power, they set off in search of the remaining world legacies. The group reaches the next world legacy, the World Armor. They are immediately met with a swarm of crawlers, including some very large X-crawlers, while rainbow pillars of light appear in the distance. The World Chalice group fight their way through the swarms towards the lights, defeating all the crawlers. But when the last of the crawlers have fallen, Ib is captured in a sphere of energy and pulled towards the lights. Ib is now in the custody of the Mekk-Knights, having been captured by Blue Sky, Green Horizon and Red Moon. Ningrisu, Aurum, Nduk and Lee arrive where Ib was taken, the third world legacy, the World Shield. They advance on the shield, but are opposed by the 7 Mekk-Knights, Red Moon, Orange Sunset, Yellow Star, Green Horizon, Blue Sky, Indigo Eclipse and Purple Nightfall, who have the power to merge to form the ultimate combination of the Mekk-Knights, Spectrum Supreme. In the midst of battle, Lee turns on the World Chalice tribe, changing to a dark form, and disappears to where Ib is being kept. Lee exposes her true dark nature to Ib and uses the power of the World Chalice on the priestess. Having used the dark power of the chalice, Ib and Lee have become one, Nightmare Corruptor Ibli. Using her new power, Ibli steals the Mekk-Knight's jewels and corrupts them into nightmares to do her bidding. Mekk-Knight's Red Moon, Orange Sunset, Yellow Star, Green Horizon, Indigo Eclipse and Purple Nightfall become the Nightmares. Phoenix, Cerberus, Unicorn, Goblin, mermaid, and griffin. Before Ibli can capture the jewel of blue sky, he entrusts it to Arum, who becomes Mekhi Avram, in order to stop Ibli. Ibli commands her nightmares to attack, while Avram and a now normal Unduct chase after Ibli. Ningrusu battles against the nightmares without the power of the world chalice. Even with the new power of Avram, he is no match for the might of Ibli. As he lay defeated on the ground, Ibli approaches and picks up Avram's sword, preparing to finish him off. However, a small glowing Unduct stands between Avram and Ibli. Somehow, resonating with Ib's spirit, Ib struggles against Ibli for control, and in a decisive action uses Avram's sword to sacrifice herself and destroy Ibli. Avram rushes to hold her as Ningrisu stares in horror and disbelief, the two mourning the loss of their loved one. Years following this great battle, Avram and Unduct have both grown older and more powerful, becoming Crusadia Maximus and Crusadia Draco. They travel the world searching for beings of other tribes who have been divided by the Mech Knights before their fall. They meet Crusadia Rucalesia, Crusadia Arborea, and Crusadia Leonis, claiming themselves as one tribe, the Crusadia. Arborea reveals the location of the fifth world legacy, the World Crown, which grants the tribe more power. Finding a crawler who appears to have survived the previous war, Avram uses the new combined power of the chalice and the crown to expel the evil from the crawler and purify it, creating Crusadia Crawler. The World Crown also gives the Crusadia the power to change their forms, much like the World Chalice did years ago, allowing Reclusia to become Crusadia Magius, Arborea to become Crusadia Sophia, and Leonis to become Crusadia Regulux, alongside Avram, who becomes Crusadia Equinox. Together, the tribe vows to find the remaining legacies and prepare for a final confrontation. But with who? Not long after the death of his sister, Ningrisu discovered an abandoned research station and brought Ib's body there. Using the research station's advanced technology, he designs a construct of Ib. Once activated, Ningrisu fashions Avram's old blade into a scythe and gives it to the machine as a weapon. Ningrisu, now going by the name Longrisu, and wielding 3 world legacies, the armour, the shield, and the lance, constructs a mighty tower with the help of Galatea to bring an end to the world. Atop this tower they affix the 6th world legacy, the World Wand, and the Crusadia tribe approaches. Longrisu commands Galatea to activate the tower. This begins a symphony of sorrow as several Orphegal monsters appear: Orcust Bass Bombard, Orcust Cymbal Skeleton, Orcust Harp Horror, even the mighty Orphegal Orchestrion. The monsters clash with the Crusadia tribe. Within the radiant energy of the tower, a personal battle ensues. Avram confronts his former comrade, someone he considered his best friend, his brother. Longrisu, still blaming Avram for Ib's death, attacks his former friend without mercy. In this decisive battle, the winner is. The activation of the World Wand has called forth the 7th world legacy, the World Arc. The resonance between the 7 world legacies causes them to take a draconic forms as the Guard Dragons. World Chalice becomes Eustia, World Crown becomes Garmedes, World Wand becomes Prometheus, World Arc becomes Andrake, World Armor becomes LP, World Shield becomes Pitsy, and World Lance becomes Agapane. The Guard Dragons have now awoken. Galatea's power is out of control, growing more and more insane through the power of the Babel. Galatea transforms into orchestrated nightmare. She attacks Avram while he is fighting on Grusu, but Unduct intervenes and gives his life to defeat the new Galatea and protect his best friend and lifelong companion. Avram approaches his fallen friend as his soul and energy is released, while Ngrisu holds the body of his fallen sister's construct. However, Galatea is not quite finished. The corrupting power of Li, still within Galatea's new mechanical body, corrupts the Guard Dragons. The spirit of Galatea leaves her body and merges with LP, Pitsy, and Agapane, forming Astro Nightmare Idli. Idli uses her power to call forth the ultimate crawler, Deus Ex Crawler. Meanwhile, the spirit of Unduct binds with that of Andrake and splits the dragons in two, becoming World Legacy Guard Dragon Armaduct and World Legacy Guard Dragon Mellowdark. The heroes battle against Idli, Deus Ex and Mellowdark and manage to defeat them, with Longrisu defeating Idli using his newest creation, Shukrust Dingrisu, which delivers the final blow with its spear. The soul of Yugioh resonates with the remaining spirit and body of Ib, and she is reincarnated into Ib, the World Chalice Miko. But the heroes are not yet in the clear. Even with the powerful entities fallen, the world legacies merge and become one, the World Regalia Demigirogear, a gigantic machine of such magnitude and power that it begins to destroy the world. In a decisive action, Avram asks his fellow Crusader to help imbue him with the power to save the world once and for all. The Crusader give Avram their power, as do Alamduct and Ib and the fallen spirit of Blue Sky, turning him into the ultimate saviour, Mech Knight Crusader Astram. With a burst of power, Astram races towards the core of Demiurgear to deliver the final strike. Up above in the sky, the battle rages on between Demiurgear and the final hope of the world that rests on Mech Knight Crusader Avramax's shoulders. Both heavily injured and close to being defeated, Demiurgear suddenly explodes, setting the sky ablaze with destruction and Avramax at the heart of it. In his final moments, a vision comes to Avramax. His mother appears before him, who had disappeared when he was very young. She spoke of her story and how the world had come to be the way it was due to an experiment in which they created the very first of the Mech Knights, Mech Knight of the Morning Star, that had led to the world being in its current chaotic state. On her knees, she apologised to her son and told him that this was the end for them and that Morning Star is still out there somewhere in the world. Avramax knelt down and comforted her, for he knew that although this may be the end for him, he has many friends who will take up the fight in his stead, and he will bestow upon them the power they need. From the ground, the Crusadia tribe and Ib, the World Chalice Justica, watched as the fire in the sky subsided and mourned for their leader who sacrificed himself for the world. Suddenly, a bright blue light appeared from the sky that seemed to beckon to Ib. As she approached it, she saw a sword, the World Legacy Key, upon the ground, surrounded by Lee's spirit. Purified of evil at last, the two agreed to work together again, but this time for the good, with the power of the key to guide them towards this goal. A disembodied voice spoke out to Lib, telling her there is still danger in the world that needs to be defeated, and that she will not need to fight alone in the upcoming battle. As the voice and the light fades, she sees a knight in the black and gold armour standing by it, with her old ribbon tied to its arm. It was Ningirisu's final form, Mekhnite Orcus Girsu, brought back as Avramak's final wish to aid the fight, and so that the Orcus may finally be used for the forces of good. Girsu, Lib, and the Crusadia tribe swore to uphold the peace for Avramax, and to never let hope fade. As I said at the start, this is a fan-made ending for the World Legacy lore. As soon as the official one is done, we will do that as well. But I hope you like this ending. It kind of gives you a nice tie-up considering the rest of the World Legacy was done a few months ago. If you haven't read parts 1 and 2, what are you doing here? Go back, listen to them first. A massive shout out to Rob as well. And once the official ending is brought into play, I will do a full World Legacy lore video for you all to sit back, relax and enjoy. But for now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time guys, as always, happy dueling.